Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to episode 50 of CCO Complete Client Overview. Today I'm going to be taking a better look at the LiquidBounce client. Last week I made a video comparing this client against the worst client with anarchy in mind, and a few people pointed out that this client is not made for anarchy and that the comparison is pointless. I fully get that, and my goal with that video was not to make LiquidBounce look bad. The goal of that series is to review all of the popular free clients for use on anarchy servers, and LiquidBounce does offer some modules specifically made for anarchy, and that is why I proceeded in making that video, even if it was a strange comparison. I will continue with that series next week, but in the meantime I wanted to show off some of the cool minigame modules offered by LiquidBounce. But before we do that, I'd like to quickly shout out the legends that are my YouTube members. These videos take a lot of time to make, and the payout from YouTube is, well, almost nothing. So if you enjoy these videos, please consider joining these legends down below. Thanks guys. So for anyone that did not see my last video, LiquidBounce is a free and open source client made for Fabric for the latest Minecraft versions. Self-described as a hack client or cheat that aims to give users an unfair advantage in-game. LiquidBounce can be found on their official custom website or on GitHub. The dev team appears to be very active, with lots of updates being pushed to the client, which is always great to see. Speaking of GitHub, the repository is very popular with over 1,300 stars and over 60 contributors. Everything has been set up really nicely, and on the releases tab there are downloads for old versions of the client. While this isn't helpful to everyone, it is always nice to see historical versions of clients being archived for whenever they may be needed. There is also a link to the client's custom website. There is a lot of media here, from blog posts to a pretty extensive client documentation, which is amazing for new client users. There are also links to download the client, to purchase proxies for the client, to a donation page, and to the client's different social media profiles. When it comes to downloading LiquidBounce, there are a few options, from building the client from the source code, to downloading their launcher, to downloading the client as a jar file. As I said in my previous video, I am not a fan of the download process. I did make one small mistake in my last video though. I complained that the launcher requires the user to log in with their Minecraft account in order for it to function, but it was pointed out to me that users can actually use the launcher without doing so. You can specify a username and log in with an offline account, and while this does work, it means that you are unable to play on most popular servers, and the experience just isn't the same without signing in. While the launcher does offer value through keeping the client updated and through making installing other mods or scripts easy, the experience is limited to users who sign in with their account info, which I still personally find quite annoying. Anyways, that is enough complaining. The launcher looks good, it does work, and it does make things easier. It is also open source and safe to use. I just personally find it a little annoying and wish it included an option to install the client as a profile for my launcher of choice without requiring my Minecraft login information. Now that we have downloaded LiquidBounce, let's launch the client and take a look at some of the offered utility hacks for minigame servers. Scaffold. This module places blocks below your feet to quickly span over void gaps. The module offers some vanilla modes like Breezely Bridge to make it appear more legit. No push. This module stops other entities from pushing you around. This is great for combat on bridges or any area near the void. Velocity. This module lets you configure how much knockback you take. You can set it to take more or less knockback based on how legitimate you want to appear. Name Protect. This module hides your name client-side. Users on the server can still see your real name, but this is great for recording or hiding your name in screen share. Name Tags. This module displays more information so that you can see their health and some other helpful info. It is a pretty good looking module. Hey guys, before we get into the PvP modules, I want to do something a little different. This is usually where I ask you all to like or dislike the video, but today I want to do something a little different. Over 80% of the people watching are non-subscribers, so please subscribe if you haven't already. Let's see how many subs we can gain from this one video. And you can always unsubscribe later if you are not enjoying my content. Thanks for all of the support. Let's get back to those PvP modules. Kill Aura. This module offers a lot of settings. It takes a bit of effort to configure, but it works well, so I can't complain. complain. Sword block. This module uses VIA version to add the sword blocking mechanic to newer versions of the game. As I understand it, it only works on servers that accommodate older and newer versions. Auto dodge. This module attempts to dodge incoming projectiles like arrows. I'm not sure if it was due to my higher ping, but this module did not work very well. Teams. This module stops the kill aura from attacking players in your team, which is a must-have for team-based minigames. Bed breaker. This is a module that can be used to target certain blocks around you. It can be configured to target beds or even to break them through blocks, which is overpowered in games like Bed Wars. Auto config. This module automatically configures the client and modules for the server you are connected to. You can list and load popular configs with the .config list or .config load commands. Overall, the modules offered for the most part are pretty customizable. I really was surprised by the amount of bypasses offered for popular servers. Generally speaking, paid clients offer more bypasses than free ones, so I genuinely was pleasantly surprised with the amount of working and good bypasses offered. LiquidBounce comes with one of the nicest looking custom home and server screens, and the GUI is also really good looking by default. In my last video I complained that while the GUI looks good, it lacks any sort of customization options beyond a scale setting. After posting that video, it was pointed out to me that the whole UI is created with HTML and CSS, and users can customize the client in any way they like if they know how to code. This is really cool, but it is not really accessible to most people. With that said, I spoke to the LiquidBounce devs and I was told that they are waiting on a designer who is working on some custom mockups for the UI and that more settings and designs are on their way. In its current state, the GUI is not very customizable, and again, I said this in my last video, the HUD editor works, but it just isn't as nice to use as the click and drag versions offered by other clients. Thankfully, it does look like these things will be improving, but there is no official release date for these updates just yet. Regardless, it is good to see that there are plans for improvements. LiquidBounce offers a pretty extensive client documentation, from tutorials on downloading the client to full-on API documentation for devs using or creating scripts for the client, which is awesome to see. The client also has a Discord server, a guilded community, a YouTube channel, Twitter, and a self-hosted forum, so anyone facing issues with the client should quite easily be able to find some help. So in conclusion, I stand by my original review. I do not think that LiquidBounce competes with other free Anarchy clients, but with that said, I do think that it is one of the best free clients for minigames, at least out of the minigame clients that I have used. The bypasses were honestly a big surprise and some of the best that I have seen offered in any free client. The render module is also really cool. I look forward to seeing and using some of the planned HUD upgrades whenever those updates are published. In the meantime, I have linked LiquidBounce down below, and I really would recommend giving it a try. Anyways, that has been my review. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. I read and reply to all of them, so I'll see you down there. Thanks for watching. I have been your boy KiLAB. Peace in the Middle East.